It's fun to watch you learn. I hate learning in real time. We're about to learn about gooning. Gooning Explained by Professor Lando. A while ago, there was these things called goons, and they had nothing to do with perverted excursions. And goons and gooning are not about the same thing, apparently. We're gonna get some education from the legendary, highly accredited Professor Lando, so please get out your notebooks.
It is Fibonacci February. In mathematics, this is coming from Wikipedia. In mathematics, the Fibonacci sequence is a sequence in which each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers.
Oh my God, triple F, and we're already doing math.
0, and then it goes on. Right? And we'll just fill this in. F of 1 is 1. Chat, say it along. Blake, say it along with me.
Oh, F's in the chat.
Right? F of 7 is 13.
13.
F of 29 would be 317,811. So
it's a lot of fibba.
On the second day, you fab F of 2, which is also 1. On the third day, 2, twice. Fourth day, F of 4, sum of the preceding numbers.
Oh, I can't math.
By the 29th Fibonacci sequenced number, it would be 317,811. So on the 29th day of Fibonacci February, you would have to fab 317,000.
He's like, nah, man. Oh, no.
111 times. Test of strength, of mental fortitude, mainly. Many people died. How?
It's gonna fall off, chat. It's gonna fall off.
Far do you think you can get in Fibonacci February?
I mean, realistically,
it's gonna disintegrate.
Third F3. That's as much as
really.
That's as much as your boy.
Twice.
That's it, dude. I don't have the energy like I did when I was younger, man.
Like you wake up. Let's say you start your day.
Bro,
early.
he's gonna need some electrolytes. He's gonna need some extra meals. Maybe like 3 extra water bottles. He's gonna need a medical visit for wellness.
8 a.m.
Dude, it starts to hurt after a while, mate.
I could probably get here. If I really try.
Bro, he is flexing. He's like, oh yeah, you could get here. I could get at least two ahead. I could get at least here.
I'm not gonna say it's easy. Oh wait, what day is it? It's February 3rd. Welcome to class.
Hold on.
My name is Professor Lando, and today we're talking about something very important. Riz. Valentine's Day is here, and you know a sort of special day for some.
I see. I know this word.
A difficult one for others. From the looks of you all, maybe you are lacking in Riz here. You may be asking, well, Professor, what does it matter? Well, Valentine's Day is here. And Blake, do you have a Valentine's?
Uh-oh. Put on the spot.
I don't, unfortunately.
It's been a while.
It's a year or two, you give or take, you know.
Maidenless.
A little bit.
Maidenless.
Do you have Riz, though?
Maybe a little.
Well, let's find out.
Maidenless.
Well, students,
and negative
what
Riz.
is Riz? Well, from dictionary.com, Riz is a slang term for skill in charming or seducing a potential romantic partner. Especially through verbal communication. It is most commonly applied in the context of men pursuing women, but not always. It is typically used in the same exact way as the older slang term known as
charisma, baby.
Confidence. I think is the word we always often hear when associating with Riz. When you
gotta
say
have
people
confidence.
Like, oh, this person has Riz. What does that mean? What key trait
Gotta be on your A game.
comes across to you? And it's, well, confidence. Pretty simple, wouldn't you say? But unfortunately, when it comes to acquiring a partner, a romantic partner, especially on this Valentine's Day, there's going to be some additional characteristics, additional things to keep in mind. But we're starting off with this as our foundation. Let's take a look at these other characteristics. So what we have here is a ruler. In investigating how to get a girlfriend, it's about, you know, we can look inwardly a lot and say, well,
tips and tricks.
I have Riz, you have Riz, I am charming, I have confidence. Well, it's not always about you. Maybe it's about the other. In this case, in Blake's case, for this hypothetical, a girl, a potential girlfriend. Well, why don't we take a look at what they're interested in? What's important to them? Because that's the most important thing about a relationship. It's a give and take. Let's center it. I have marks here, and this is inches. We're talking about penis length here.
Oh, okay. We're really
makes sense,
giving.
yeah.
Right. So we have here inches, right?
We're finding out
1 inch,
how much gift
2
we're
inch,
giving.
3
All
inch,
right.
4, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch more. You know, I'm a professor. I have a platform to reach many people, and I want to use this opportunity to dispel a lot of myths, okay? To give you the hard truth here, the facts. What do girls and guys like? I'm telling you now. In the middle, about 6 inches, all right? 6 inches, and this, from 6 inches on, this is just way too big. It's absurd. And we've done the peer-reviewed science.
Oh, man.
Right? We had a sample size of about 1. And we did find that
Anything
actually,
past here is like the Elden Ring DLC, I guess. You know, some people say get good, but a lot of people are like,
3 was the average desirable length, right here. The 4 or 5 inch zone, that's the Goldilocks zone, right? So just to, dispel any rumors and myths, misinformation, especially in the cyber age nowadays, I did want to make it clear that, because there's a lot of confidence issues. We talk about Riz, we talk about the keyword confidence. We don't want people getting in their own head about things, right? We don't want them to be thinking, because I hear that a lot,
confidence
the sentiment from
restored.
people. Oh, I'm self-conscious about the size of my hands, right? I don't know, and it reflects inwardly, and it compounds, and you start to lose your confidence, lose your what?
Oh, that's not good.
Your Riz.
Exactly. So I
We're
just wanna
getting
make that
L with
clear.
our Riz.
If
We
you're
don't want the L with
3
our
below,
Riz.
I might suggest becoming a bottom when you're wearing a chastity cage. It doesn't matter how big you are. Right? Don't believe what girls.
I wasn't
Listen,
expecting him to just
the
slide
2.5%
right
of
into
you.
like it's not a problem. You could be here. This is the bottom zone.
Watch my channel. Listen, girls, don't believe what you hear on the internet and what you see. All right.
He's just so slick with it, man. I'm glad I took a sip of my gamer sups before he said that, because I about spit it out.
Why do you think they make these expo markers this size? They could easily make them bigger, and they could easily make them smaller. It's because they want, they know this is going to be in people's hands, right? People are going to use these to write. They need to make it the most appropriate, natural size to be in someone's grasp. It's natural. Any smaller, and it's like, oh, it's too awkward to hold. Any bigger, it's the same thing. They looked at this marker size, and they're like, that's the perfect size to
I see.
It fits so smooth. You can, you could go like this, or you
He is
can,
manhandling
maybe
that
pinky up,
expo
or
marker.
you can hit
Pinky
him
up.
the pencil grip like this, or it's big enough to where you can two hands, you can go like this, maybe.
I'm learning a lot today, Professor. I'll tell you that.
Let's talk about
Lando
gooning.
might be rizzing a student.
Wait, have you ever heard this term, gooning?
I have not. Maybe to mess around? Maybe that's what that means?
I mess around in a sense.
Okay.
Not to be mistaken with a goon, which is a lowly henchman in
Yeah,
like a
see, how
cartoon,
did we
like a
go
goon.
from this man to the other definition? How do we go from this to this?
Right? Let's make sure we keep that separate. Gooning, in our context for the class, is very different from being a goon. A goon is you're like a guy that goes like this and goes,
Like, at least Riz comes from the word charisma, but gooning does not come from the term goon,
I mean, he could be gooning. They're not mutually exclusive to one another. A goon can also be gooning, but they are separate entities. To talk about gooning, we should first talk about, what is this?
Edging.
Do you know what edging is?
Oh, no.
Stand over.
I know you know. You don't have to tell me. Edging, the physical act where someone brings themselves close to completion in a self-arousing act, but does not reach completion. They try to keep up the arousal for as long as possible without actually reaching completion. And this is done in a sort of self-pleasuring way. Why do we talk about edging and what does it have to do with gooning?
This is like positive blue balling from my understanding. It's like blue balling, but in a way that they've decided for themselves with their own masochistic tendencies.
Note that the act of edging,
I'm trying so hard to bear through the secondhand embarrassment. I'm trying.
A roundabout act of purity or abstinence, right? You could say, oh, they're denying themselves, they're being pure. No, it's the exact opposite.
No, they're being
edging
degenerate.
Is in fact an explicit act of self-pleasure.
They're being
and would not help someone
lewd.
achieve, like for example, they wouldn't be able to become a wizard, right? Like being a virgin and abstinence would. So how is this related? Gooning takes this a step further than just a physical act. Gooning is a lifestyle. So while edging is just the physical act, gooning is the lifestyle where, like I said, where someone edges themselves in an overly indulgent, obsessive way. Gooners, those who partake in gooning, often spend hours upon hours in the act.
Wait, is this
often
true?
Wasting
Is this actually what this means? I just thought goons were kind of like gooning was kind of like being a simp and I don't know, giving yourself you know what I mean, like kind of like an addiction to getting off. I hate that word. I hate it. To like women on the internet, like simping. Yeah, like a coomer. Like I thought they were kind of the same. I did not realize this was actually the definition.
Time and not accomplishing anything else. I think self-pleasure.
It's the same? Well, I don't think coomers do this. Do they?
Okay, it is a natural desire, and when done in moderation, can be a part of a balanced and positive lifestyle, especially if you're like a teacher. I think it fits right in. I think that
literally, coomers are like, listen, according to Lando, this would mean, okay, it's all degen, who cares? I care, that's why I'm watching 18 minutes about it. I'm trying to learn, chat. Jesus. Yeah, I was gonna say a coomer is like the direct opposite of a gooner because they're never reaching the finish line, and coomers are consistently taking laps, right?
The difference here, though, is that gooning is almost an uncontrollable, unrestricted act. It's the way that it becomes an obsessive thing, wasting hours.
Yeah, the way that he's saying it, it's like all gooners. Wait. Are coomers, but not all coomers are gooners, yes.
Upon hours, jerking it, essentially. Caveat.
He said coomers coom and go on, simps are constantly looking at you. I see, so are you, raising your hand and introducing yourself as a simp?
Here, like many things,
nice
gooning,
to meet
there's
Moo.
nuance, right? It should be noted that gooners, those who partake in gooning, are consumers, right?
I'm just being a stinker, don't mind me. Yeah, the point of gooning is not to coom, and the point of cooming is to coom. I think.
Their explicit adult act here, it's simply to the goal of pleasuring themselves in the consumption of adult media. It might be disingenuous to imply that people who work in the industry, such as not safe for work artists, for example, as gooners, or those who are gooning, since these people are living mainly markedly productive lifestyles, or at least act in a way that implies some sort of work aspiration, be it creatively or monetarily.
Wait a minute, you could coom by gooning beforehand? No, you would have to coom by edging beforehand, because gooning implies that you don't get the home run. That's the whole point.
The Goon Cave. It's a setup.
What if I'm gooning so I can coom, then you're never going to get your payout.
Inside of a room, like a desk setup, or perhaps it's on their bed or something. It's some sort of setup in a room belonging to...
It's like getting on a... It's like saying you got in a taxi that says it's going off of a cliff, and you're saying if you get in the taxi to go off the cliff that you're gonna end up at a Wendy's. No, you're gonna end up off a cliff. That's what taxi you got on. You didn't get on the Wendy's taxi.
A gooner that is meant to optimize their gooning experience. This is usually done with as many monitors within the person's purview eyesight in order to have as much not safe for work media playing as possible. And I'll draw this example visually. I'll draw a
So
POV.
this is like a
This is
layer
an example
of depravity?
of a goon cave, like a POV shot. Like imagine you're sitting there in your chair.
I mean, to be fair, all right, I view that goons are even more degenerate than coomers, right? However, goon caves have to be cleaner because they're not allowed to reach the finish line ever. So the goon cave has to be less degenerate than the coomer cave, technically.
And at your computer desk, you have 3 monitors, right? Maybe a laptop in your lap, maybe a phone, and on each one of these monitors, you
Is that Isabel? It might be. It's kind of hard to tell. We got Sonic. I think this is a FNAF character. This is Pokemon Gardevoir. And this is Isabel. Man, I shouldn't know all this, man. You guys, I gotta touch grass.
have some sort of explicit media playing. So you're trying to like immerse yourself. You're trying to, it's just, you're trying to like oversensitize yourself, bombard yourself.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's Pomni from Digital Circus. Wrong one.
With as much material as possible, right?
I get it.
And that's the difference between like just a healthy, like, I mean, done, you know? Maybe it could be a little on the longer
The Coomers will eventually clean their room. The Gooners don't have time to do anything.
side, whatever.
Anyway.
You're having a good day, right?
Yeah.
Got a good grade on your test or something. Like, I'm gonna treat myself. Yeah. But this is like, you're sitting here for hours going, like you're just getting like bombarded. I think that the highest level goon cave is actually the Las Vegas Sphere. Ultra high resolution, 360 purview. Imagine what you can put up on that screen, and you're just there in the center of it, like this, and it's
Wow.
the ultimate gooning experience. I'm gonna break into the Las Vegas Sphere. I'm gonna load up the Overwatch SFMs, put it on there, and they're gonna leave me in there, right? And I'm gonna burst out the top like Mothra. I'm like in my cocoon. I'd be like, and they consider it like it's not just jerking it to them. Like it's an experience.
Oh,
There's a
my
whole
Lord.
Reddit, I think it's Goon Caves or something, where they're like, check out my setup. Like they're
Oh my
showing people
God, there's a Reddit dedicated to showing off these caves.
cars or something. Check out my
There would
setup.
be-
And people
there
are like,
would be-
nice Goon Cave. I went there in research for this. I'm such a pure person. I didn't know what gooning was. My chat.
Oh goodness, what did I come into? Well, nothing. According to this video.
You sickos. I was streaming. Twitch.tv, by the way. And they were like, gooning. I was like, what's gooning? They had to teach me because I'm just so pure of heart and mind and soul. What do you think about this? Is this too much?
I mean, now that you put it out in the world, I didn't even know this existed. And honestly, it's like, I always like to try things once, right? So.
Can you
So
just
maybe-
sample
Do you have enough monitors?
the goon lifestyle?
I might need to borrow some from you.
You can keep them, bro.
Can you have a trial period?
In light of Valentine's Day and wanting to pursue a partner here, we have a surprise for you, Blake.
What do you have? What do you got for me?
We have someone here for you to date.
Yeah, 7-day free trial, baby.
Okay. You're gonna go on a date here, an experiment for everyone here to learn something, to apply the things that you learned, and see if you, in fact, have Riz. Are you ready, Blake?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm confident. I feel good. I feel good about this.
Okay, we are going to go get your date.
Okay.
All right, Blake. We got a special date
The jacket's
for you.
off.
Who do you got, Professor?
Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Lando. I heard that you guys were doing a lecture on Riz. I dropped my ruler. How silly of me.
Jeez, Lando. Mother of Landussy.
Okay.
The Landussy goes so
Professor
hard,
Lando
man.
asked me to come and teach you guys a thing or two, so I'm happy to do that. And I heard there was a little boy that was needing some dating experience.
Oh my god.
The Landussy, man. It's
You are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely
S
gorgeous.
plus
Thank you.
charisma.
That's a really nice thing to say.
You look fantastic. Like 10 out of 10. Like unbelievable.
I didn't plan this far ahead.
You wanna maybe have our date?
Yeah, we should have our date.
Sure.
Blake, what do you think?
Dude, realistically, absolutely. Dude, you look great, dude. You look fucking good, dude.
Happy Valentine's Day, Blake.
Oh my
Happy
god.
Valentine's Day, Linda. The thing I like about you the most is probably your choker.
That transformation is
I like that.
impressive.
The chokers,
Okay.
those
Like,
those
whoever
go me- I go
did his
crazy over
makeup.
Okay, yeah,
The chokers
I think
is
so.
really nice.
All right.
Wow.
All right, classmates, don't let me down. Let's see how.
I think Blake has some pickup lines that you guys submitted. I think
Oh
Professor
my
Lando
God.
asked for
Let's see.
your best pickup lines in a tweet.
Rohan, I believe is the name. Are you Google? Because you're everything I'm searching for.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a solid one.
Zenith Xander, shout out to you. Did it hurt when you fell from a vending machine? Because baby, you're a snack.
Oh, that's the best one. Best one yet.
Oh,
So good.
yeah, that one's pretty
Okay,
good.
this one's okay, Oscar. Shout out to Oscar. A diamond was the hardest object on Earth until I saw you.
Okay, a little risky.
Yeah, a little risky.
A little risky, but if they're down to clown like that, might be a little.
Are you a beaver? Because damn.
Why don't you open that up? For
That
me?
one's
Why don't you give me
overused.
one of my favorite chocolates. You've been doing
one's my
well,
least
I
favorite.
would say. I think mainly is you show an eagerness to be present, even if your jokes don't land, even if you're not dressed the best. You show an initiative. You show interest. Like, oh, here, let me get that for you. Here's a gift I got you. I think that's what's important. Is
Yeah.
you show an effort.
A lot of it is just like the thought that matters, right? It's your intentions, and I feel like as long as you have good intentions,
He's getting A for
things should
effort.
hopefully play out the way you want.
This is a romantic, right?
He's at least getting a participation trophy. Oh man. Gotta be
That's why you guys are the
careful,
best
man.
classmates on this earth.
Yay!
Mother Landy about to bite your fingers off. Jesus.
Oh my god.
My God.
Thank you so much to our Patreon
He
supporters,
looks
and a special
so
shout out to
good.
the
The
students shown
flex
here
to be
in
able to
detention.
do that.
Check out my Patreon page for bonus
That
content
was
like
so
extended
funny.
footage, art,
I love
and behind
that.
the scenes updates. Thanks again.
That was such a good video. I actually did not know what gooning meant until it was explained. I thought I did, but apparently I have learned something new today. And I probably could have gone my whole life without learning it realistically.